Hey everyone, I am Pion and welcome to Pion's Perspective, the Strife Open Beta episode Extended Edition. So yeah, there was a lot to talk. There's a lot to talk about, so I decided to make two videos about this. The first one is a short one, which you can access via this link here. Click on it if you just want to listen me rambling about 12 minutes, which is still long, but there's a lot to talk about. And this version, which is the extended version, well, we'll just talk about everything and all my thoughts about it, and this will take some time. So grab a drink and let's get started. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so earlier last week we got the 0.2.50 patch, which got a bunch of changes. So let's get over them really quick, and then we go to the other patch. Well, not too quick, but we get over them. Go over the changes, and then we go to the more important patch, which is the open beta patch, which did hit at the end of the week. So we get bot match rewards now. This is pretty cool because people were waiting for that a lot, and it's good that it's back. We have an improved anti-abuse mechanic, which is good as well because we don't want people to abuse. Makes sense. We have dynamic ping, so this is really cool. Basically, if you ping on an enemy hero or a turret or something, your hero will voice it, like attack this hero or whatever, or attack this turret, defend this turret, and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool because it makes it a little more easy to interact with your allies. This is still not the final version of the ping system, so we will get more advanced pings in the future. I cannot wait for that because they are talking about this for months now and we don't see any action, and we really need that. So I don't know, it's a good step in the right direction, but we need more of this. But we will get more of this. The question is when. How-to videos. We have how-to videos for most heroes now, which is pretty cool. I didn't check them out yet, but it's good to have stuff like that. So that's a plus. We have an account boost, which you can purchase for gems now. It will give you a lifetime 50% XP bonus. Sounds cool, lifetime, but then you realize, wait, after level 70, I will not get any XP anymore, or XP will not do anymore, anything anymore. So yeah, it's not really lifetime, it's semi-lifetime. It's 200 gems, so around 10 bucks. It's okay, I'm thinking about getting it. I probably get it, I think. It's probably one of the better deals you get in Strife right now. Because reaching level 70 is actually quite late. And you have to keep in mind that every level gives you rewards in form of elixirs and seals, and getting elixirs is important. So this is the best. I think this is a good way of spending gems. LAN center boost. If you're playing from an approved LAN center, you will gain bonuses like increased community rewards and access to pets for free. I don't know where you find those LAN centers, but it's cool that they exist, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea what this is about, but I guess it's something in, I don't know, either America or in Russia or something, I don't know. I never heard of a LAN center in Europe, so whatever. Epics and fur effects and TXAA support, so cool for NVIDIA users. I will cry in my corner now with my Radeon card, but whatever, more graphical options, always good to see. We got a new Carter skin, which is cool. I didn't check it out yet, actually, but it's a premium gear set, so I guess it looks cool. I hope so, at least. I actually saw it. It looked pretty neat. So, yeah, cool. More skins is always appreciated. Bots are more intelligent now. Thumbs up. And the player termination timer changed a bit. So, basically, before this patch, it was you have 5 minutes to reconnect. If you don't reconnect, your allies will get all your passive gold, and all your items will get sold, and your allies will get, I think, 70% of the gold from those sold items split between them. Now, the same things happen just at different times. The passive gold triggers after 2 minutes, and the item sell will be after 8 minutes. This gives people more time to reconnect. A lot of people complain about that 5 minutes is not enough. I'm not sure if I like this change, actually, because if you're out of the game for 5 minutes, that's actually pretty bad, and mostly means a loss for your team. And I don't know, if your allies did hit the pause button, you could prolong those 5 minutes quite easily to 6 or 7 minutes. I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that change too much actually, but I don't know. S2 has the stats, so they will know how it will affect it, and they will have their reasons. Let's put it that way. The first lever strike is now at a 30-minute penalty, down from 1 hour. Added higher penalties for repeat levers. Makes sense, I think, because sometimes you just get this disconnect, or your computer crashes, or you have to go help your mom, or whatever. And it's okay to not be punished too hard for one leave, but be punished heavily for multiple leaves. So that's pretty good, I think. Significant improvements to pathing. Good to hear. I hope this has actually a good effect on the game. But always good to improve base mechanics like that. Players can now walk through allied brawlers. This is probably the biggest thing in this patch. Basically, this removes creep brawler blocking completely, which makes 1v2ing a little easier, because there was the strategy where you put 2 players against 1 and the 2 players block their brawlers in a way that they stack up 3 waves and get really big wave under the enemy turret and take the turret with this wave normally. So this is not possible anymore because you cannot block the brawlers anymore. So this makes 1v2ing a little easier, I guess, which is good because this makes jungling more viable, for example, and other strategies. And it probably is a very, very small nerf to heroes like Moxie and Bo and Trixie as well, I guess, because of the pot shot. Like skills that are skill shots, but don't get blocked by brawlers, basically, because it's a little harder, well, it's a little easier to dodge those skills now. Claudessa as well, Dragon's Reach, stuff like that. Not sure if this is a significant nerf, because I think it's very, very minor, but it might have some effect, so yeah. More language, that's cool. Menu refinement, yeah, graphical adjustments, stuff like that. The brushes have different colors now. Crux Death animation, yeah, we're waiting for that. We got it, sweet. And sound fights have been compressed significantly. That's cool as well, because that's one of those technical base things you want to get right as well. Okay, user interface. The players can now see their lever status. This is pretty cool, very helpful for people who just got disconnected from a game and stuff like that. Many hero preview animations have been updated, cool. Repair installation option, sweet. Useful in a lot of times when your installation just did not get through correctly, or an update got stuck or whatever. You can now use all chat in custom games. Sweet. That's really, really cool. That's really, really useful, because if you're doing a scrim or a league match or tournament or whatever, and one of the teams needs a remake or whatever happens, or a pause, you can communicate now. Oh, thank God. That's actually really, really good. So this makes the competitive scene a little easier, I would say. All chat has been removed at the end of the game. Instead, players may now use one of a couple of emotes. Is that sentence correct? Whatever. It means you can not talk to your enemies anymore at the end of the game. Instead, you can choose one of the emotes. GG, all well played. They will add more emotes in the future. So that's a good change, I think, because one of the most annoying things is, like, you have this match, it's not going good, you have a lever and flamers in your team, and you get stomped, and you're just a little pissed. You don't really have fun, right? So that's the most important thing, because if you have fun in a game and an enemy at the end is taunting you or whatever, then you laugh about it. But if you don't have fun, if you're like a little pissed because matchmaking screwed you over and you have a lever and whatever, and then someone is coming in a different game and writes easy, then that can be really annoying. Some people get really angry about that. And so it's good to disable it. The after game chat was not really useful anyway, except for typing GG and well played. And we can do this with emotes now, so that's a cool way of doing it. Yeah, I like this change. Stuff. Some UI improvements for the lobby. Looks pretty good. And what else? Spectating now properly displays item information for crafted items. Thanks. Every caster is saying thanks a lot, S2 now, for this change, because that was really annoying. Anyway, cooldown on activable items is now displayed. That's useful as well. Many new unlockable account icons have been added. Cool. After playing a game, your previous hero build will be saved temporarily. You can use this build next game or save it permanently. That's pretty cool because it means you can just create a build on the fly and then save it after the game without like putting up the build before the game and setting up and saving it and stuff like that. You can just do it on the fly in the game, or if you experimented a bit and you figured out at the end of the game, hey, that was a really good build, let's save that, then you can do this now. This is pretty good. Preloading item builds is now default to on. That's pretty good as well, because I think a lot of people actually didn't knew about the feature because it was just not enabled and you had to check that box, and they didn't, so that probably helps. More tooltips. Yeah, that's good. So, the second biggest change in this patch, probably Spirit Companion rework or nerf. The range got reduced, not removed. It's not melee now. No, the wolf is not melee. But the range got reduced to 1,200 instead of 1,500. The wolf will now only attack the same target consecutively if there are no other targets around. Damage got reduced on the early levels, and the consecutive hits will deal less damage now as well. But the slow got buffed, basically. Not on the early levels, but on the later levels. So this makes the skill less about poking early in the laning phase, which was the super annoying thing, like the really long range and quite some damage it deal. It was just super annoying. And now it's more about the slow when you're chasing down someone, or actually if you're kiting as well. And yeah, I like this change. It's still not a cool skill, like it's still not fun to use. It's not the best skill ever, but I imagine it's way less annoying now because of the range nerf. So yeah, I like this. Then we got a cheese shot nerf. The slow got nerfed quite significantly, actually. 0.75 seconds on the highest level. Interesting way to nerf Vermilion. I'm not sure if I would have touched Cheese Shot, but it's good that they nerf Vermilion a tiny bit, because Vermilion was just one of the 3 top tier picks at this point. Like, there was Vermilion, Harrower, and Trixie, and closely followed by Carter, I guess. And so touching Vermilion a bit makes sense, in my opinion. Not sure if I would have touched the Cheese Shot, but might be a good idea. We will see how this turns out, I guess, or plays out. Fixed some bugs, and that's the first patch. So let's give me a second and switch over to the more important patch, the 0.4.0 patch, the open beta patch. So the biggest thing obviously is we have open beta now. So I'm sitting on 3,357 closed beta keys, I think, which never got used, but I will find a good use for them. Printing them on t-shirts or something, I don't know. Not sure what to do with them, but anyway, it's still good that we get open beta, because this means more players, especially because S2 is at PAX Prime and doing a lot of promotion there, and other promotion kicked in as well, like cooperation with Curse, like more cooperation with Curse, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Accounts have been wiped. Players have been compensated with seals, elixirs, and gems based on games played in closed beta. So this was to be expected. We are all level 1 now. And yeah, we got the closed beta reward icons. They're not that great, actually. They look pretty boring, and like you get there are 4 different ones, I think, or 5, like for 10 wins in the closed beta, 50 wins, 100 wins, and level 70 or something like that. And that's not a good, I don't know, it's not a good distribution, I think, of icons. But anyway, we got a closed beta icon, so that's cool. And oh yeah, and everyone who was in closed beta will receive a quest to play 3 games and earn 100 gems. So this is basically 100 gems for everyone in the closed beta. So this is pretty neat. We'll see on what I've spent those. But thanks. Okay, let's get over the big changes. Introducing Prophecy of Darkstone. Prophecy of Darkstone is an episodic single-player mini-adventure that will be expanded upon with time. So basically, Strife is a single-player game now. Sweet. No, it's really cool. When I played the Capri story first, half a year ago or a little more than that. I was like, hey, this is really fun. This is really, really cool. This is a really cool way of playing a MOBA engine. It's not playing a MOBA game because you're playing single player, but it's a really cool way of experience the game and playing this hero, and you can make fun gameplay out of this and cool storytelling. And it was like, hey, you could do this for every hero, or like just make single player content. And S2 did exactly that, so sweet. I didn't play it yet. I will probably make a video about it. Playing it, but everything I read about it was like people really enjoyed it, and it has to be pretty cool, so I'm looking forward to that a lot, and I hope you see more of that in the future. And you get free resources, so that's always nice, I guess. Strife app, the Strife app, yeah, it looks really nice, very well. It looks like the in-game client basically, with 3D models and stuff like that, really cool effects, but it is just shit. Sorry for the harsh words, but really, like, it takes at least 5 seconds to load up, if not more, if not 10. It's freaking huge, like 800 MB, megabyte. It's ridiculous huge. It's slow in use. The worst thing was I was on a vacation, right? I was in France on a camping ground, so there was no internet. I had no internet from my phone because I was not at home and not in Germany where my contract is. So there was internet, but you had to go to it, and there was a Wi-Fi spot basically. You could go to there, log in, but it was obviously very slow. So all I had was slow Wi-Fi when I go to a specific place. Okay, I downloaded this app, that was okay, and then I started it, and it said updating 120 megabyte. Or 130, I think it was actually. And I was, okay, fuck this, I have to wait. Swapped over to another tab, swapped back, and it did not continue updating. So you have to keep the app like in front, you have to keep the app active and download all the updates before you can continue, which is, it's ridiculous. Anyway, then the interface for the login screen is stupid because it says username, but it wants to email. It doesn't keep you logged in. It's just not very great, to be frank. But it has this cool Wheel of Fortune, which is more free elixirs, yay, or other resources. So I guess that's a good thing. I like the fact that S2 created this app, and I hope they will improve it and we get a really cool companion app for Strife. But the state in which it is right now is not really acceptable. But the app is in beta as well, so I guess that's okay. Well, let's get to a more positive topic. Refer a friend. We have a refer a friend system now. That's pretty cool. Always nice to see. I think the highest reward is actually like when you have 1,000 friends or something, you get a studio tour or something. I think, I'm not 100% sure right now. Let me check that really quick. Why not? How do I do? I can just switch it to you. Oh, sorry. Why is it not working? Well, whatever. Okay. But I think that was how it worked. You get resources for the first few friends and stuff like that. So it's pretty neat. We have a new player guide on the website. It's pretty good, actually. It's a lot of content. It's really good. It's really, really good articles about learning a MOBA and learning Strife. And it's really, really cool. I like those. I'm not sure if a lot of people, well, actually, yeah, a lot of people are looking for stuff like that. So I will make sure to link this in the future when people ask for guides or for basic guides for getting into the game. So that's pretty cool. Then something more questionable, race to 70. The first player, well, let's read it out. With the final planned reset of accounts, we are starting a contest to race to level 70. The first player to 70 will be flown out to the S2 office to hang out with the S2 crew. Yeah. No. That's not a good idea in my opinion, because basically what it says is people don't sleep, don't eat, don't do anything except playing Strife. Or people share your accounts with your friends so you can play all the time and you get level 70. And this is just stupid. I don't know. I like the idea that they do something like this, but that's not a good idea, not a good way of doing it. It's like, I don't know. I really disagree with this decision. I like that they do like a contest, but not in this way. No. I don't know a better way. Well, the better way would be not to do it, but I don't know a better way of doing it properly. But I don't like it at all. I don't know. I don't know what your opinion on this is. Feel free to comment, but I really disagree with this. Yeah, Curse Voice integration. We are happy to announce that you can now choose to voice chat with your friends via the Curse Voice client. You still have the in-game voice client if you're pre-made, but you can use the Curse Voice now to talk to randoms, basically, if they have Curse Voice as well. Might be useful, and especially it is good because it's free promotion for Strife, or not free promotion, but it's promotion for Strife, so always good. Okay, let's go more about the gameplay stuff. Well, not gameplay stuff, but in-game stuff. Rook has a new skin. Cool, more skins, always good. New ultra graphic settings has been added. Sweet! Ultra graphics, always good. Brawlers now deal 25% less damage to heroes. That's an interesting change. The idea behind is that harassing is less punishing. So basically when you harass an opponent by hitting him with an auto attack or a skill, or brawlers turn at you and say, evil person, go away, I hit you and deal damage and whatever. And they still do that, but they deal less damage, so it's less punishing. Which is cool. I like this. Makes the laning phase a little bit more aggressive, I guess. I'm not sure, this might have some interesting effects on some lane setups, especially in 1v1 lane, obviously. We will see how this changes the meta in this solo lane. Okay, the next three things are all one topic. Gold, basically gold has been changed a bit. You get more gold per second, more GPM, 12 GPM more, so basically 1 gold per 2 gold. What am I talking about? 2 gold per 10 seconds? Yeah, 1 gold per 5 seconds. I was correct. What am I talking about? Extra. And you get more gold for hero kills or higher level hero kills, but you get less gold for generators. This makes comebacks a little easier. This increases the overall GPM a bit, which makes hero kills worth even more gold because the bounty is based on the GPM of the target. So this makes comebacks a little easier and generators a little bit less game ending. So I like this change. We will see how it turns the meta a bit. Probably a little less pushing now because taking generators is not as important anymore. But turrets still are, well, even turrets are a little less important because you get more passive gold. So it's another step back from that or away from that pushing meta. So I like it. Okay, let's go to the hero changes. Ace, avalanche cooldown is basically shorter now on the early levels, which gives you or reduces the reason to skill that level, that skill up, because it has a fairly low cooldown on level 1 already. Leveling up obviously gives other bonus benefits as well, but it's less important to level it up now, so let's put it that way. Frostbite, the damage reduction is flat now and not leveling up anymore, but the slow is now scaling with level instead of being flat. And the cooldown got reduced by 2 seconds. So this is an ace buff again. We get a lot of ace buffs. Makes sense because ace is not up to snuff in competitive play, but S2 has to be careful to not overdo it for the lower levels, because ace is really good at snowballing and killing stuff in the lower levels. And yeah, buffing him too much makes it dangerous. It's probably still not too much, but keep an eye on that. Not sure what they really aimed for with that change, making the level priority different, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what they wanted to do with this, except for buffing him a bit, which they did. Fix for Bastion. Bow got actually nerfed quite significantly, at least for higher level plays, which I don't understand. I don't see the reason for that. Bow was a good pick, but he was never a top tier pick, and so I don't know why it was needed to nerf his high-end play or effectiveness in high-end play, but they S2 thought it's necessary. They have the stats, so whatever. Let's them do that if they think it's necessary. But I don't really understand it. Let's put it that way. The bonus damage from hitting a wall with the ultimate got reduced, and the stun as well. And the damage reduction of the inner edge got nerfed. And yeah, this makes actually not much of a difference for lower level play. but high-end play, this is quite a nerf. So probably Bastion is higher prioritized than Bow again now, and Claudessa is higher prioritized than Bow anyway. Not really sure what's the point of this change, but I guess they have their reasons. Carter nerf, that makes sense. Ring of Fire was super crazy for pushing, and now it costs more mana, deals less damage, and has a lower duration, which is good. Carter was really high tier pick, and since all the other heroes got in the higher tiers got nerfed a bit, like Trixie, Harrower, and Vermilion, nerfing Carter a bit makes sense as well. And touching the Ring of Fire is probably the right choice, because the skill was a little annoying at pushing. And yeah, so I agree with that change. Bug fix. Hail Sweeping Strikes cooldown is now reset when an enemy hero dies within 400 range. Really cool change. I really like it. Sorry, my nose is, I'm a little ill. Basically, it allows Hail to play a little bit more like an assassin now. Go in with Sweeping Strikes, flop, flop, kill someone, Sweeping Strike out. And that's a really cool change because it doesn't buff him per se. Yeah, it is a buff. It is a net buff, obviously, but it's not like, it's not making him crazy strong or stronger, actually. It just gives him another way of playing, which makes him stronger, sure, but you know what I mean, right? It doesn't give him more damage or anything. Well, a little bit because he can use the skill again and stuff. But basically, the biggest effect of this change is that it gives Hail another option of play, and this might make him more viable in competitive play. Now, Hail has a similar spot than Ace. He's super viable in low level play and can snowball crazy and stomp everything, but he's not viable in competitive play. So this change might change that, and so I'm liking the idea. The next change is really cool as well. The Golden Gate now provides a move speed bonus to allies who walk through the gate. So this is really nice because it gives Melody more creative options of using that skill, and I really like this, giving people more options of creative using stuff or playing their hero in general, because it makes the game more interesting. And this is a really cool mechanic and opens up a lot of possibilities of using the Golden Gate in a cool way. So yeah, I really like that change. It buffs Melody a bit, which is probably not a problem. She was in a pretty good spot before, and now she's probably still in a good spot. I don't think she needs a nerf now. She's not anything like OP, I think. She's still a very valuable pick, but not great anymore. She's probably outclassing Ray a little bit more now than she did before anyway, but Ray got a buff as well. Not as big though. Freeze Ray cooldown is now reset when an enemy is killed by Freeze Ray. Not sure what's the idea behind this, because it doesn't make much of a difference anyway. You have to kill someone with Freeze Ray to reset the cooldown of Freeze Ray so you can slow someone else. This is super, I don't know, it feels super unimportant to me, but maybe I'm missing something. Yeah, I don't... Actually, does this proc on brawlers? I'm not sure, I have to find out. If this procs on brawlers, this might be a different story, because then this is pretty good for last hitting and pushing and stuff. An enemy normally isn't hero, so probably not. Anyway, let's go to the next change. God damn it, neighbors are making noises. Well, I can't stop that now. Anyway, let's continue. I hope it's not too annoying for you. Shank Jailbreak, mana cost reduced to 50 from 60. So small Shank buff, always good to see, because Shank is still pretty underrated, or not underrated, so it's still too weak a bit. So buffing him a bit is a good way. Trixie got pretty much reworked, not reworked, but small, like a lot of changes. Barrel Wall got nerfed, cooldown increased, mana cost increased, which is good because the skill was just ridiculous. It makes her so evasive, it's so annoying. It's just making her way too mobile. Ether Beam got basically splash radius and damage got reduced, range got reduced, but damage got increased. So it's more of a mid-ranged to small range, close to mid-ranged single target damage skill instead of damaging everything from far away. So I like that. Oh, wow. This is really bad timing. I hope you can still hear me and this is not too loud, but yeah, I don't know. So, yeah. And the Croaking Curse got buffed. Quite a bit, actually. Duration increase by 0.25 seconds, basically, across the board. And the targets now have a magic armor reduce by 20, 30, or 40, which is actually quite a lot. So this is actually a pretty strong buff to the ultimate. And this will, in general, probably nerf Trixie a bit, because barrel roll nerf and at the beam is basically a little nerfed as well, especially the range makes a difference. But the ultimate got buffed and the other beam deals more damage on single targets now, so I think Trixie is, might be in a pretty good spot now. She's not as broken anymore as she was before. She never was broken, but she was a tier 1 pick. And in competitive play, that is. And now she's still good, but probably not as dominant anymore. At least I hope so. We'll see, I guess. But I like the changes. Then we got a bunch of enchantment changes, basically. Let's just go through them. No, let's not go through all of them, because it's just... Basically, S2 was looking at which enchantments are too weak and buffed them, or make them cheaper. Most important... I will pick out the important ones. So, in general, lifesteal got buffed across the board, except for the Sealed's Blade enchantment. Let's go down to that really quick. Sealed's Blade. The Sealed's Blade enchantment got more expensive, but every other enchantment and item that gives lifesteal is better now. So Berserker Mask has 1% lifesteal more. Blood Pendant Vampirism is a little cheaper now. Stuff like that. Captain's Crest got reworked. No longer provides armor to allied brawlers. Aura now provides 20% tower damage reduction to allied brawlers. This means your brawlers are actually not pushing stronger anymore, because they still take the same damage as before from other brawlers. But as soon as they reach a turret, they live a little bit longer. This is pretty cool, because it makes the item more like a turret kill item and less a pushing item. And it doesn't fuck up the enemy's lane plan, because their last hitting is not affected anymore. At least the last hitting without attacks. The last thing with skills is still affected because, or actually more affected than before, because magic armor got increased by 5 points, and yeah, the enchantments got updated. I like this change a lot. I think this gets Captain's Crest in the right spot. It's probably good on certain heroes now, but not necessary on all heroes anymore, or on every lane. Like it was, we had this place where every lane had to have a Captain's Crest in it. And if it doesn't have a Captain's Crest and the enemy lane had one, then you were losing your lane. And I'm pretty sure we're not in that spot anymore now. And so I like this, because the item still is viable on certain heroes in certain matchups. So yeah, I like this a lot. Yeah, another Vampirism buff. Stuff. A Winter Charm actually is interesting. They changed the Restraint enchantment. Restraint was the active doesn't deal damage anymore, but slows for a longer duration. And now they removed the damage removing effect, so it deals damage again, but the cost got increased. It was a nice idea to remove this damage for other benefits, but it was really weird when you actually played it, because if you had like different crafted Winter Charms, one with Restraint and one without, and you were playing and buying one of them, you were always confused about which one do I have now? Can I deal damage to those brawlers with my Winter Charm now, or can't I because I have the wrong one? And it was a little confusing, and I don't know. It's probably a good idea to change that. And so yeah, you can deal with damage with every Winter Charm again. What else? Rangers West got buffed. Like all the enchantment got buffed. The item not. Not the item itself, but all the enchantments and some other stuff. Nothing too crazy. Some bug fixes, and that's basically it. Yep, no ranked play yet. Ranked play is implemented though, it's just not unlocked. Basically, everybody got reset to level 1, right? And ranked play gets unlocked at level 25, when your pet is on level 9 and stuff like that. And when everybody's on level 1 and you implement ranked play, nobody can play ranked because nobody's level 25 yet. So S2 decided to lock ranked until enough people are at level 25, and then they will unlock it, and then we can play ranked. Finally. So probably in 1 or 2 weeks, at least I hope so, and I'm looking forward to that, certainly. So this was a really important week for Strife. A lot of stuff changed. We have a bunch of new players. Be friendly to them, be supportive, help them, and have fun playing this awesome game. I certainly will have, and I will stream more again after I got back now from my vacation. So looking forward to that. Hope to see you on my Twitch stream as well. And thanks for watching. Have fun and see you next time.